So now we will be doing this packet tracer. Configure a WPA2 enterprise WLAN on the WLC. So we have here the addressing table and the topology. So the end devices here are pre-configured with these addresses. So for the objectives, in this activity you will configure a new WLAN on the wireless LAN controller. So including the VLAN interface that it will use. We will configure the WLAN to use a radio server and WPA2 enterprise to authenticate the users. So we'll also configure the WLC to use an SME server. So we'll also configure a new VLAN interface on the wireless LAN controller, new WLAN on a WLC, new scope in the WLC internal DHCP server, WLC with SMP settings, configure the WLC to use a radio server to authenticate WLAN users, and then secure a WLAN with WPA2 enterprise and connect host to the new WLC. So the background or scenario, you have already configured and tested the WLC with an existing WLAN. So you configure the WPA2 -PSK for that WLAN because it was to be used in smaller business. We have been asked to configure and test a WLC topology that will be used in a larger enterprise. So you know that WPA2 PSK does not scale well and it's not appropriate to use in an enterprise network. So this new topology will use a radio server and WPA2 enterprise to authenticate WLAN users. So this allows administration of the user accounts from a central location and provides an enhanced security and transparency because each account has its own username and password. So in addition, user activity is log on server. So in this lab, you will create a new VLAN interface, use that interface to create a new WLAN, and secure that WLAN with WPA2 enterprise. So you will also configure the WLC to use the enterprise radius server to authenticate users. So in addition, you will also configure the WLC to use a SMP server. So for the instructions, so we have the part 1. So we need to create a new WLAN. So step 1, so create a new VLAN interface. So each WLAN requires a virtual interface on the wireless LAN controller. So these interfaces are known as dynamic interface. So the virtual interface is assigned a VLAN ID, and traffic that uses the interface will be tagged as VLAN traffic. So this is why connections between the APs and the WLC and the router are over trunk points. So for the traffic from multiple WLANs to be transported through the network, traffic for the WLAN VLANs must be trunk. So first, open the browser from the desktop of admin PC. So connect to the IP address of the WLC over HTTPS. So we need to copy this IP address of wireless LAN controller. Then we need to access it through the web browser of admin PC, and then for the protocol here. Next is log in with the username admin and the password Cisco123. So admin and then Cisco123. Log in. Now, so we need to expand this a little. So click the controller menu and then click interfaces. Controller from the menu on the left, and then you will see that the default virtual interface and the management interface to which you are connected. So these are the two interfaces. And then click the new button in the upper right hand corner of the page. You may need to scroll the page to the right to see it. So here the new button, then enter the name of the new interface. So we will call it WLAN 5. WLAN-5. So configure the VLAN ID as 5 also. This is the VLAN that will carry traffic for the WLAN that we create later. And then click apply. This leads to a configuration screen for the VLAN interface. Okay. So first, configure the interface to use physical port number 1. Okay, physical information, port number 1. Okay. So multiple VLANs interface can use the same physical port because the physical interfaces are not dedicated trunk ports. So address the interface as follows. Next, VLAN divide. So we need this IP address here. Just need to type that. 192.168.5.254. I got that correct. 254. Okay. Next is 255.255.255.0. Next for the gateway is 192.168.5.1. And for the primary DHCP server, we have the 192.168.5.1. Okay. User traffic for the WLAN that uses his VLAN interface will be on the 192.168.5.0/24 network. So the default gateway is the address of an interface on router R1. So a DHCP pool has been configured on the router. The address that we configure here for DHCP tells the WLC to forward all DHCP requests so that it receives from host on the WLAN to the DHCP server on the router. So be sure to click apply here to enact your changes and click OK to respond to the warning message. Click OK. So click save configuration so that your configuration will be in effect when the WLC starts. So click save configuration and then OK. Now configure the WLC to use radius server. So WPA2 enterprise uses an external radius server to authenticate WLAN users. So individual user accounts with unique usernames and passwords can be configured on the radius server. So before the wireless LAN controller can use the services of the radius server, the WLC must be configured with the server address. So click the security menu on the WLC. So we need to click the new button and enter the IP address of the radius server in the server IP address field. So we have new. So we need to enter the IP address of radius server. So here is the radius server and its IP address. Okay. Where are we? Okay. Then click the new button and server IP address field. Okay. Did I got that correct? Okay. So the radius server will authenticate the WLC before it will allow the wireless LAN controller to access the user information that is on the server. So this requires a shared secret value. So we use Cisco 123 to confirm the shared secret and click apply. So we use Cisco 123. Then Cisco 123. So there is a note that it's not a good practice to reuse passwords. So this activity reuses passwords only to make the activity easier for you to complete and review. So for the step 3, okay, and click apply. So we have it perfect. Apply it. Okay. Now create a new WLAN. So create a new WLAN. Use the newly created VLAN interface for the new WLAN. So click the WLAN entry in the menu bar. Locate the drop-down box in the upper right hand corner of the WLAN screen. So it will say create new here. And click go to create a new WLAN. So enter the profile name of the new WLAN. So use the profile name floor 2 employees. So assign an SSID of SSID 5 to the WLAN. Change the ID drop down to 5. Host will need to use this SSID to join the network. So when you are done, click apply to accept your settings. So here the appropriate name for floor 2 employees. Okay, and the SSID of SSID 5. And change the drop down for 5 here. And then click apply to accept our settings. So there is also a note here. The ID is an arbitrary value that is used as a label for the WLAN. So in this case, we configured it as 5 to be consistent with the VLAN for the WLAN. It could be any available value. So click apply so that the settings go into effect. Okay. Note that the WLAN has been created. You can configure features of the network. So click enable to make the WLAN functional. Here, it is common mistake to accidentally skip this step. So we will just enable this and then choose the VLAN interface that will be used for the new WLAN. So WLC will use this interface for user traffic on the network. So click the drop down box for interface and then select the interface that we created in step 1. So I have WLAN. Okay. Next is we need to go to the advanced tab. So scroll to the Flex Connect section of the interface. I have here the Flex Connect interface, and then click to enable Flex local switching and Flex Connect local out. Click apply to enable the new WLAN. If you forget to do this, the WLAN will not operate. Apply that. Okay. So the step 4, we are now on the step 4. We are halfway through. So configure WLAN security. So instead of WPA2-PSK, we will configure the new WLAN to use WPA2 Enterprise. So first, click the WLAN ID of the newly created WLAN to continue configuring, if necessary. Here it is. So, okay, to get back, I think. WLAN ID. Next, click the security tab. Under the layer 2 tab, select WPA plus WPA2 from the drop down box. Use this, and then under the WPA2 plus WPA2 parameters, enable WPA2 policy. So we have here, and then click 802.1x under authentication key management. This does the WLC to use the 802.1x protocol to authenticate user externally. So we need to click this one, and then click AAA servers. Open the drop down next to server 1, and then in the authentication servers column, and then select the server that we configured in step 1. So have the this IP. Okay. Okay, and select the server that we configured in step 2. So click apply to enact this configuration. You have now configured the WLC to use the Redis server to authenticate users that attempt to connect to the WLAN. So you need to click apply. Okay. So for the part 2, configure a DHCP scope as SNMP. So configure a DHCP scope so that the WLC offers its own internal DHCP server. So Cisco recommends that the WLAN DHCP server not be used for high volume DHCP services, so such as that required by larger user WLANs. So however, in smaller networks, the DHCP server can be used to provide IP address to LAPs that are connected to the wide management network. So in this step, we will configure a DHCP scope on the WLC and use it to address the port. Should be connected to the WLC from admin PC. Okay. So click the controller menu and then click interfaces. So now we have here interface is present with WLAN 5, management and virtual. So click the management interface, records it addressing information here. So we have to record the IP address, the Netmask, the gateway, and primary DHCP server. So we just snip this. We want the WLC to use its own DHCP server to provide addressing to device on the wireless management network, such as lightweight APs. For this reason, enter the IP address of the WLC management interface as the primary DHCP server address. So click apply, then click OK to acknowledge any warning messages that appear. So we just need to copy this and set this as the primary DHCP server, and then click apply and OK. So in the left hand menu, expand the internal DHCP server section. So click DHCP scope. So we have here internal DHCP and DHCP scope. So to create a DHCP scope, click the new button. Now name the scope wired management. So you will configure this DHCP scope to provide addresses to the wired infrastructure network that connects the admin PC, WLC, and WLAN. So wired management. So and then click apply here. So now click the scope in the DHCP click this new scope in the DHCP scopes table to configure the addressing information for the scope. So enter the following information here. The wired management. So the pool starts at address 192.168.200.240. Then we also have the 192.168.200.240. So the status tools must be enabled. So we also provide the values for network, Netmask, and default routers from the information we gathered in step C. So for the network, I think we need this 192. Then the subnet mask. That's 0, and then the default router is 192.168.200.1. So I need to just verify the primary DHCP server. We also need that. Where are we now? We just need the default routers. Then the servers. Just we need this. Then the servers. Okay, next, click apply to activate the configuration. So click save configuration in the upper right hand corner of the WLC interface to save your work so that it is available when the WLC restarts. So we just need to click apply here. and then save configuration. Click OK. Okay. So the internal DHCP server will now provide an address to LAP-1. So after a brief delay, when a LAP-1 has its IP address, the CAPWAP tunnel will be established and LAP-1 will be able to provide access to the floor 2 employees. So if you move the mouse over LAP-1 in the topology, you should see its IP address, the status of the CAPWAP tunnel, and the double dot LAP-1 is providing access to. Okay. CAPWAP status not connected. Okay. So configure SNP. So click the management menu in WLC management and expand the entry for SNP in the left hand menu. Okay. So click trap receivers and then okay. So enter the community string as WLAN SNMP. So copy this and then the IP address of the server at 172. Open it. So click apply to finish the configuration. Okay. So part 3 is connecting hosts to the network. So configure a host to connect to the enterprise network. So in the packet tracer PC wireless client app, you must configure a WLAN profile in order to attach to WPA2 enterprise WLAN. So click the wireless host and open the PC wireless app. So click the PC wireless app. Now click to the profiles tab and then click new to create a new profile. Name the profile WLC net. Now I just paused the video. I cut the videos because I correct my mistake here in the word management. So I entered wrong network here. So I just change it. Now we are in the connect host. So it's when you hover it, you have the status connected. So we are now connected to the wireless LAN controller. So next is connect a host to the network. So step 1, configure a host to connect the enterprise network. So we're here, so click wireless host and open the PZ wireless app. PZ wireless here. Then next click the profiles tab and then click new to create a new profile. So name the profile WLC net. Next is highlight the wireless network name for the WLAN that we created earlier and click Advanced Setup. You can see that the SSID is now 5. So verify that the SSID for the wireless LAN is present. And then click Next. So wireless host should see SSID 5. So as you can see here. So if that does not, move the mouse over that one to verify that it's communicating with the wireless LAN controller. So the pop-up box should indicate that LAP1 is aware of SSID 5. So if it is not, check the WLC configuration. So you can also manually enter the SSID. So verify that the DHCP network setting is selected and click Next. So selected the DHCP here. Next. DHCP. Next. So in the security drop-down box, so select WPA2 Enterprise. So enter the login name, the user 1, and then for the password, user 1 pass. Then click Next. Then verify the profile settings. Click Next and save. Installation, the profile has been configured. Then select the WLC net profile and click the connect to network button. Connect, refresh, guys, and connect this. Okay. So confirm. Successfully connected to the access point. So you can click this one. Confirm that the wireless host has configured to the WLAN. Wireless host should receive an IP address from the DHCP server that is configured for host R1. So the address will be in the 192.168.5.0/strict format. So you may need to click the password button to speed up the process. As you can see, we are now connected to the access point. Now we have this. So our received IP address is 192.168.5.2. So it is in this network. Step 2. So test the connectivity. Close the PC wireless out. Open a command prompt and confirm that the wireless host laptop has obtained an IP address from the WLAN network. So the network should be the address be in. Here. Command prompt and then process IP configure. Here the IP address. So ping the default gateway as switch 1 in the radio server. Success indicates full connectivity with this topology. So the default gateway, switch 1 and radio server. The default gateway. For example, we have here. We can get a reply. Then for the switch 1, we also ping this. Then the last radio server. Waiting for this one. We'll get the replies. And the radio server. Oops. Let's try it. And that's it.